The following program is rated YouTube MA. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello everyone, this is Ice Knuckle Fritz, and today we're going to be making some Final Fantasy VII Remake content for the channel. And for my first video, I really wanted to try to make a video on who I think is possibly the most important character that you're going to come across in this game. And that guy is him. His name is Chadley. He's a little dude that works for the Shinra R&D department. And he is going to help you out a ton, not only to get you a bunch of unique materia that you will not be able to get anywhere else. And that goes the the wide scale of the materia, such as like your magic, your support, and all that stuff that only he can give you, along with certain summons. But it also will help you build up your enemy intel with the very first piece of actual materia that you get when you come across him. He gives you this one right here, the assess materia. You'd use that on an actual enemy itself, and you will start learning things. Like, until you actually use it, this is what your enemy intel looks like. As you can see, the little question marks over there that are yellow under his actual description, and you see all the question marks on his resistance, and the same thing with his items dropped, rare items dropped, and the stealable items. And as far as his ability goes too, you don't know anything about him. But once you get this assess materia, you can start filling out all those empty spots. It will tell you how you can make them stagger. For them, it's blocking their actual melee attacks. It makes them easier to interrupt and helps go towards their staggering. You can see what items they will drop, the rare ones they will drop, and the actual items you can steal from them, and as well as their abilities that they do have and what's considered melee by having that little I don't know why it has a melee thing for shotgun or grenades. I don't know. I guess it just means attack. Then you also could see their actual weaknesses, lesser resistance, greater resistances, their immunities, and what they may absorb that wouldn't be there if you didn't do the actual assessment of the characters themselves. And while you're doing these, just filling this out, which will help you end up getting an actual trophy or achievement if you are one of those 100%ers for games. That will help you in steps to get those trophies or achievements. But it also, when you talk to him, he gives you battle intels, and there are 20 of them, and each one of them, when you do them, will give you a new materia. Like this one, the very first one you do, you use that assess materia on 2 different types of enemies. He gives you a new materia he makes, which is auto cure. This one right here, he wants you to basically use fire, ice, and lightning on a target to pretty much just use it, and then you'll get the wind materia added to for you. And a lot of times the materials themselves, whenever you do actually do these intels for them, they're only 100 gil at first, and then the price of them will drop up. So that's one way you can get some unique materials. But every 5th one, once you do get 4 of them done, it unlocks a 5th one, which is an actual summon materia. And the ones that he can get from him, the ones you can get from him, would be Shiva, Fat Chocobo, Leviathan, and I'm pretty sure the last one, which I don't have yet, because I got a little bit too far, pushed a little bit too far, and I ended up missing out on turning those in so I can and fighting Leviathan. And then the other ones that come afterwards, which I'm pretty sure is Bahamut, because there is a later battle you fight where a couple enemies kind of merge and make a fake Bahamut. So I'm pretty sure if they had that sprite, they probably have him as a summon. But these are all 20. There's 20 of these, so there's 20 unique materials that you can miss out on if you don't do these battle intels for him, which I suggest you do. They're nice little side missions that can be easily done. In fact, by the time I went to turn the 2 assess enemy types, I ended up getting this one given to me right after, and I already had that done. I already had that extra 10 done for that, and that was an easy little snag for the steadfast block materia. So a lot of times whenever he gives you these intels you probably will already have them done. So this is a fairly easy list of 20 things that he wants you to do for him that you can get a lot of unique items. So I suggest you go through and do these for him. And like I said, that would just pretty much help you get yourself to that 100% trophy or platinum trophy, or 100% on all the achievements depending on what system you do have. And I will kind of show you what it looks like whenever you do turn in an actual item for Chadley. To talk to him.
Tell you that I'm grateful for all of your help thus far.
And you complete them.
I've done it. I've developed a new materia.
And he makes a new materia for you. So then you can just kind of go through. It's usually cheap. There it is. Yeah, you can usually find out which one it is by the price of it. He usually gets it to you for 100 gil, and as you can see, it's originally 2,000.
I hope you
And
continue to help.
another unique little thing that Chadley will do is whenever you get the chance to upgrade your weapons, if you go down a tree or you feel later on down the line you're like, oh, I can make this a little bit better for myself, you can go back and reset your actual your weapon upgrades with Chadley himself, which is another beneficial thing that this little kid could do for you. So not only can he get you some amazing materia of all different types that you can't get anywhere else, especially those summon materials, because there's only 6 of them in the game. It will help you fill out your battle and your enemy intel, what helps you get that trophy or the achievement, and get you that bit closer to the actual 100% of the game, like I said before. And one other little thing, little hint that's it took me a while to kind of figure out myself. When there is a certain battle intel where you have to get a stagger up to 200%. It's the stagger effects part 3. It's report number 12. It's actually fairly easier than, you know, what you're going to have. You will pretty much have a hard time with it. I know I did. A whole bunch of people that I talked to, they did too. But if you look in the picture, the person you would need to use to get it is right there in the picture. It's Tifa. She has that uppercut. So whenever you stagger a person, a lot of times you can get up to 160 right from the get-go, from what I noticed. But if you switch to her and you just use her triangle ability and do her uppercut, it continues to bump that stagger up until eventually you'll get to 200%. And I wouldn't have figured this out if it wasn't for a friend of mine on Twitter. So a little shout out to Charlie the Cactar. And his little thing, if you're looking for him, is at Cactar All-Star. So if you're looking for somebody that might help you out with some games and kind of likes Final Fantasy VII, you want to chit-chat with him, he's a good guy. Check him out. Give him a follow. That's Charlie the Cactar at Cactar All-Star. With that being said, I want to thank you guys so much for taking the time to come look at this video. My first one dealing with any Final Fantasy VII Remake content, and also look for me to start putting my playthrough up as well. I believe there's certain things I'm going to have to record because certain files got corrupted, but for the majority of it, I have most of it recorded, and I shall start probably putting it up not too long after this video drops. So that being said, thank you so much for stopping by the channel and spending your time here with me to look at this Chadley video and why he should be your BFF in this game. If you did like it, make sure you hit the little like button, and any comments, if there's anything else that you noticed about Chadley that I didn't notice or say or talk about, leave it down there as well. And make sure you hit the subscribe button if you are new. I have a dream, a hopes, a wishing of hopefully by the end of this year we can get pretty darn close to 100 subscribers, if not at 100. I know that's a ways to go when I'm only at 14, but hey, it's, you know, not too far, I would hope. Maybe I can get us there, and with the help of you guys. Other than that, I am Snicklefritz, and as always, you guys, stay classy.